found your name in every little thing, in coffee cups and songs that strangers sing. You felt like fate wrapped in a perfect smile, a beautiful mistake I loved for a while. We drove through city lights with open dreams, talking like forever was closer than it seemed. I gave you every version of my heart, not knowing you were planning your departure from the start. I kept believing every word,
like promises were made of stone.
but some people only borrow love, they never call it home.
We were never meant to last, only meant to teach me how to heal. I was holding on to ashes, thinking they were something real.
You left me with the silence and 1,000 questions why.
But every tear became a ladder,
Helping me learn how to climb.
I can see it now, the truth somehow.
The ending wasn't cruel, it just wasn't meant to be you. For months I carried ghosts inside my chest, comparing every heartbeat to the best. Oh, what I thought was best before I knew that real love doesn't leave you feeling used.
I missed the future that we never made, the little dreams that slowly slipped away. But missing someone doesn't mean they're right. Sometimes letting go is how you save your life.
I was trying to fix the damage
While you were making more,
I kept opening windows.
you kept walking out the door. We were never meant to last, only meant to teach me how to heal. I was holding on to ashes, thinking they were something real.
You left me with the silence and 1,000 questions why.
But every tear became a ladder,
Helping me learn how to climb.
I can see it now, the truth somehow.
The ending wasn't cruel, it just wasn't meant to be you. Maybe love isn't about staying forever. Maybe some hearts only meet to grow. Maybe every goodbye carries a lesson that we don't understand until we let go. And maybe one day when I look behind me, the pain won't be the thing I remember most. I remember how I found my strength in the middle of losing what I wanted most. No more waiting for a message, no more staring at the door, no more rewriting old memories, trying to become what they were before. I'm collecting all my pieces, one by one they're coming home. Turns out I was never broken, just becoming someone strong.
We were never meant to last, but I was always meant to grow. You were only one chapter, not the whole story. I would know
Now I'm standing in the sunlight,
where your shadow used to be, and the girl who feared being alone has finally found her peace.
the sky looks different now, the air feels easier to breathe.
I thought losing you would end me,
But it introduced me beside my phone, counting stars when I felt alone. Every message was a piece of hope, a fragile thread I tried to hold. You painted promises in gold, but every story left untold. I gave my heart without a shield, never knowing how betrayal feels. I was searching for forever in a place that couldn't stay, building castles from your shadows, watching them all wash away. Now I'm a phoenix without your fire, burning brighter on my own. You thought I'd break beneath the silence, but I learned how to let go. Every scar became a reason, every tear became my strength. I don't need your validation to remember who I am again. I found my way through the pain. Watch me rise like the sunrise after darkest nights. There were nights I missed your voice, even knowing you were poison. Funny how the heart can ache for the chains it couldn't break. You knew exactly what to say to keep me trapped another day, but every lie revealed the truth. The problem wasn't me, it was you. I was drowning in your chaos, trying hard to keep us whole, while you played with my emotions like they were yours to control. Now I'm a phoenix without your fire, burning brighter on my own. You thought I'd break beneath the silence, but I learned how to let go. Every scar became a reason, every tear became my strength. I don't need your validation to remember who I am again. I found my way through the pain. Watch me rise like the sunrise after darkest nights. I remember all the mornings wishing you become someone new, but love should never feel like prison, and trust should never feel abused. So I'm taking back my power. Every dream I put aside, every piece you try to steal is finally alive. No more running back, no more losing sleep, no more begging for a love that was never meant for me. No more second chances, no more blurred goodbyes. I'm reclaiming every chapter of my life. I'm a phoenix without your fire, lighting up my own sky now. You can watch me from a distance, but you can't bring me down. thunder with a smile that lit the dark. Every warning felt so distant when you wrapped around my heart. You made danger look romantic, made chaos feel like home. I was chasing your attention while you left me all alone. Every promise sounded perfect, every lie were a disguise. I was looking for forever, you were looking for a riot. I was kissing a hurricane, calling it paradise, holding on to lightning while it burned me every night. I kept trying to save us while you watched us fall apart. Now I know that love ain't love if it leaves you in the dark. Oh, I survived the storm, and I'm finally reborn. There were moments I still missed you, even after all the pain. Funny how the heart remembers what the mind can't entertain. Every text I never answered, every tear I let run dry, was another step away from the person I used to hide. I got tired of pretending that your coldness felt like air. You were always disappearing when I needed you there. I was kissing a hurricane, calling it paradise, holding on to lightning while it burned me every night. I kept trying to save us while you watched us fall apart. Now I know that love ain't love if it leaves you in the dark. Oh, I survived the storm, and I'm finally reborn. I found pieces of myself in the places that you broke. Every scar became a lesson, every wound became hope. Now your shadow can't define me, your memory can't decide who I am or where I'm going. I'm the author of my life. No more waiting at the window, no more praying for your call, no more shrinking to fit inside someone else's walls. I was made for something bigger than the love you chose to give. And the day I stopped needing you was the day I learned to live. I was kissing a hurricane, thinking I could change the rain, but some storms were never meant to stay or be contained. Now I'm dancing in the sunlight with a fire you can't steal, and for the first time in forever I know exactly how to heal. The clouds are gone, the sky is blue, and I'm no longer chasing you. The girl who cried for your attention has become someone brand new. Oh, I survived the storm, and I'm finally reborn. Look at me now, I'm not afraid of the thunder anymore. I knew the pattern from the start, the way you disappear for days, then come back wrapped in apologies and just enough words to make me stay. You always said you needed time, said life was heavy on your soul, but somehow there was always room for everything except my love. I kept waiting at the finish line for a race you'd never run, giving all of my devotion to someone already gone. I was always second place in your heart, never first, never enough, just close enough to keep believing. But memorize your contradictions. Learn to live between your moods. One day I was your whole world, the next day I was someone you'd outgrown. I called it patience, called it faith, called it fighting for what's real, but looking back it was just fear of accepting how you'd made me feel. Every time I almost left, you'd pull me back with one sweet line, and I'd mistake temporary warmth for a permanent sign. I was always second place in your heart, never first, never enough, just close enough to keep believing, but never close enough for love. You kept me hanging on a maybe while chasing someone else above, and I kept losing pieces of myself, trying to become enough. Oh, I deserve better. Oh, I know that now. The hardest part was not the ending, it was realizing who I'd become. A person begging for affection from someone unwilling to give some. And suddenly I saw my value beyond your changing state of mind. I stopped measuring my worth by the way you treated me sometimes. No more competing, no more proving, no more trying to earn a place, no more drinking, no more hiding, no more wearing someone else's chains. I'm done standing in the shadows of a love that couldn't choose, because the moment I chose myself was the moment I stopped losing. I was always second place in your heart, but now I'm first inside my own, and that's a victory much bigger than any love I've ever known. You can keep your indecision, you can keep your almost love. I'm done reaching for your attention, I finally found enough. Rain is gone, the sky is clear, and my reflection looks sincere. For the first time in a long time, I don't need anyone to stay. I'm moving forward without looking back. I was always second place in your heart, but never again in my own. You came in like a midnight movie, all neon lights and perfect lines. Had me believing every promise like you were written into my life. We painted dreams across the ceiling, made plans we never see come true. I gave you all my favorite pieces, and somehow lost myself in you. You kept me chasing your affection like it was something I had earned. I didn't see the bridge was burning until there was no way to return. Now I'm dancing through the damage, through the wreckage that you made, turning heartbreak into rhythm, turning darkness into day. You can keep your empty echoes, you can keep your twisted games. I'm not tell me who I am. I'm still standing, still believing. I'm dancing through the damage and finally loving myself again. To talk until the sunrise, sharing secrets underneath the stars. You knew every crack inside my heart, and somehow turned them into art. I thought we'd always find a way, through every storm, through every change. But somewhere in the silence grew a distance neither of us knew. I kept reaching for your hand while you were letting go of mine. I was fighting for forever, you were running out of time. Now we're strangers after midnight, two hearts passing in the dark. Just a memory of a fire that forgot how to spark. You said love was worth the battle, but you never stayed to fight. Now we're strangers after midnight, and I'm learning to survive. The echoes still remain, but they don't hurt the same. For a while I blamed the timing, blamed the world, blamed everything, anything except the truth that love can grow without two people trying. You built walls and called them safety, kept me guessing where I stood. I kept giving all I had, thinking someday it'd be enough. Every promise slowly faded like a photograph in rain, and the person I was becoming couldn't keep living in your pain. Now we're strangers after midnight, two hearts passing in the dark. Just a memory of a fire that forgot how to spark. You said love was worth the battle, but you never stayed to fight. Now we're strangers after midnight, and I'm learning to survive. The echoes still remain, but they don't hurt the same. Maybe losing you was necessary, maybe breaking was the cost of becoming someone stronger instead of staying forever lost. I don't hate the way you left me, I just hate the years I spent trying to save a sinking story that was already at its end. No more checking my phone, no more waiting all alone, no more hoping you'll return from a bridge you chose to burn. I found peace in the quiet, found strength in letting go, found a future in the places I was always scared to go. Now we're strangers after midnight, but I'm no longer afraid. Every scar became a compass, every wound helped show the way. You can keep the old memories, I don't need them to feel alive. We're just strangers after midnight, and somehow I'll be alright. people leave your story so you can find me and write your own. You always had one foot out the door, even when you said you wanted more. I mistook uncertainty for fear and stayed long after you disappeared. You kissed me like you meant forever, spoke my name like a favorite song. But every time I needed honesty, you found another way to be gone. I kept reading between the lines, searching for what wasn't there, trying to find a deeper meaning in a love that never cared. I learned your goodbye by heart before you ever said the words. Every silence was a warning, every promise slowly blurred. I knew the ending long before you finally played your part. You were teaching me to leave while I learned your goodbye by heart. I saw it coming, but still kept running. There were nights I couldn't sleep, building futures you would never keep. I carried hope like a heavy chain, thinking love could cancel pain. You made distance feel familiar, made confusion feel like home. And I spent years beside somebody who always felt alone. You wanted all my loyalty without giving yours away, and somehow I convinced myself that was enough to make me stay. I learned your goodbye by heart before you ever said the words. Every silence was a warning, every promise slowly blurred. I knew the ending long before you finally played your part. You were teaching me to leave while I learned your goodbye by heart. I saw it coming, but still kept running. Now I understand the difference between love and being afraid, between holding on to someone and begging them to stay. Love shouldn't feel like guessing, love shouldn't feel this hard. Real love doesn't disappear every time life leaves a scar. So here's to all the wasted tears, the sleepless nights, the lonely years. Here's to every piece of me that survived your uncertainty. I thought losing you would break me, I thought I'd never find the light. But every step away from you brought me back to life. I learned your goodbye by heart used to count the stars above and wonder where I'd find my love. I thought forever had your face, a safe forever, a sacred place. You spoke in colors bright and bold, turned my winter into gold. But every promise that you made was slowly starting to decay. I was holding on too tightly to a dream that wasn't real. You kept saying all the right things without meaning how they feel. Now I'm beautifully unbroken, stronger than I've ever been. Every door you closed behind me led me somewhere I should have been. You can't keep your empty stories, you can't keep your last goodbye. I'm not falling with your shadows, I'm learning how to fly. Look at me rising, no more hiding. The fire survived, and so did I. There were nights I missed your laughter, even after all the lies. I kept searching through the pieces of a love that had already died. I blame myself for every crack while you never looked back. I carried all the weight alone, tried to make a house a home. You called control devotion, you call distance being scared, but love should never leave you wondering if somebody even cares. Now I'm beautifully unbroken, stronger than I've ever been. Every door you closed behind me led me somewhere I should have been. You can't keep your empty stories, you can't keep your last goodbye. I'm not falling with your shadows, I'm learning how to fly. Look at me rising, no more hiding. The fire survived, and so did I. One day I'll hear your name and feel absolutely nothing. No anger, no regret, no need for discussing. Because healing isn't forgetting, it's remembering without